Hello, everybody. I'm here with my friend Bruce Pulver, and he is an author and a speaker. He's actually done a TED Talk, which you can check out. I'm going to provide a couple links for you afterwards so you can check out his books and his other sites. But thanks for coming today, Bruce.
It's a pleasure to be here, Heather. I look forward to our conversation.
So tell us about, where do you live? What's our time difference? I'm trying to remember.
I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I grew up in the Southeast, grew up on the west coast of Florida, went to school in Florida, and have been in Atlanta since I graduated from college. So married here, raised two daughters here, brought them home to the house that I live in now, and where this home office is, where this home studio. So Atlanta, Georgia, Eastern time.
Nice. And so just to give you guys a frame of reference, I love this story, actually. I was at the Chick-fil-A LeaderCast conference with my friend Bill Schomburg. Some of you listeners might know him. And I showed him I think I had a copy of my new book, the Soul-Selfie, #NoFilter. And he's always been a strong supporter of my writing and reads it and comments for me all the time. And so I told him about it, and at the conference, he's like, oh, you have to talk to my friend Bruce Pulver, and texts Bruce in the middle of the conference. And then by the time I get out of the conference, I don't remember anything I learned that day. Although I just remember that. That's where we first met. And so when we were able to finally talk on the phone, and it was clear it was a good match to help each other out in our passions for helping other people.
Oh, absolutely. So Bill Schomburg, who I've known for a very fast year at most. We met as well. You know, the social world we're in, you can connect and find commonality very quickly. And Bill has become a dear friend. I'm so glad that he's connected us. And yeah, I think we've got some common threads of thinking and writing and just perspective on life. So I just really look forward to where this conversation goes today.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to the stuff we have going in the future, which we'll tell people about in the future. So for now, I just wanted to I know you've read a little bit of my book, and I'm just asking some readers to tell me about kind of one of their favorite blog posts and maybe how it impacted them or gave them a new perspective on things.
Yeah, so one that jumped out at me was your title was "Don't Be a Jerk for Jesus." And the story behind that really touched me. And if I can paraphrase it, you were at a book show, I believe, a book conference, maybe your first book. And, like we all do, we want to, give out and share the messages and share, we hope is some wisdom and some goodness and some encouragement. And you met a man who basically said, I don't want it, I won't take it. And then I guess was kind of blunt about if you did give him one, then it would end up in the circular file, if I'm saying that correctly, and for a family audience here.
Yeah.
And I thought a lot about that because I'm a word guy. My book Above the Chatter, our words matter, and I really believe they do. What we say out loud, what we say to ourselves, how we communicate, how what we say is heard and perceived, is incredibly important. But so are our actions. And as I was reading that blog, it just triggered to me, there could have been such different actions taken. And I believe it was a faith-based Christian conference. And not that I'm judging anyone, or maybe this guy had a bad day, or he just wanted to be blunt, but how you took that could have been so impactful one way or the other. And I just think that hit me, because the power of our words and our actions together just make all the impact in the world on others.
Yeah, that word, that actions. And you kind of talked when we were first getting ready to do this morning, you have a little, Bruce does kind of an acrostic, I guess, for those of you who've been in any kind of church world. Acrostics, those happen a lot in sermons, but he's an acrostic for a new word every single day, and then creates words that go with each letter like an acrostic does. So tell us your action acrostic.
Well, the cool thing to me about the word action is just the letters in it. The middle letter is I, and then the first three letters is act, and the last two letters are on. So I have to act on something, right? I have to, have a behavior. I have to take an action. I have to take a step. I have to take a movement. It could be a mental one. It could be a physical one. So you're right. Just like up here, over here, I write the words vertically, and the first one in my book was strong, and it contains 420 consecutive days of those. But today we're kind of focusing on action, and I really wrote it 3 ways because I've written it 3 times. Because not that I'm running out of words, but sometimes I'm just inspired differently. So to me, the word action is really, if it's a faith-based perspective, it's really, I mean, if we read the Bible and we watch and follow Jesus, everything that he did was really an action, and then he spoke. But a lot of times it was by example. So one of the ways I wrote action, again, was ACTION, is actively courageous, thoughtfully inspired, optimistic navigation. So it's paying attention to our action. So that's one way I wrote it. Another way I wrote it, action, is results require daily action. So instead of sometimes it's just one word, other times it's a phrase that I'll write. And this one hit me as I was reading Don't Be a Jerk for Jesus also was, A is arise with commitment to act. So get in motion when we start our day. C is come with yes, I will mindset, right? How often are we in meetings or business calls or in a community, or there's someone in the group where it's no, I can't, or we've never done it, or we've always done it this way. But what if we came to a situation with our action to say, I'm going to come with a yes, I will mindset. I may not know how, but if I say I will, that just changes everything. That just puts the right lens on things. The T is think always in abundance. Abundance was my word for 2021 because it was really important for me to think about not living in a limited mindset. With all that we've all dealt with over the last year, it was very easy to kind of go pull back into the shell and say, there's not enough out here, or I'm limited. So I really want to say T is think always in abundance. The I is insist on seeing the desired results. So I think with actions, in front of the actions, it's really important to visualize the outcome that you're looking for. You may not get it, but if you visualize it, you actually have a picture of where you want to go. The O in action then is own that it's up to you. Yes, you'll need help along the way. Yes, you'll need to look for other resources, but at the end of the day, the outcome of that action is really owned by me. And then the N is now act, adjust, act, and repeat. So I think, it was a setting, you were at a conference, it might have just been a knee-jerk reaction to you approaching someone who might have been approached 50 times by other authors, but it had an impact on you. And I think if we pay attention to the fact that everything we do and everything we say will likely have an impact on someone else, it'll help us focus on our actions.
Yeah. And one of the things that really helped me learn was that, they say you have to have 10 positive things to 1 negative thing, because the 1 negative things are the things that stick. And, that was my takeaway from the whole conference practically. And I thought, it wasn't that it made me feel like my book was stupid, because he didn't really read it. So that I can't really own that part, but it did give me about 3 or 4 really good insights and blogs to write about. So again, you have to turn it back around and do something positive with it.
Oh, so
with everything,
you didn't take this as a loss, you took this as a learn.
Like good material.
Awesome.
And a chance to take, again, do that Soul-Selfie, flip the camera back on me, because I don't write about like what a Jack Marak this guy was. I write about just in general how we need to be mindful of the words we use, because maybe we don't think we're scary, or we don't think that we were being negative, but how people hear it, that's the part that matters. So there's a lot we can unpack with that. Maybe you and I'll do that in the future show. So thank you so much for spending time with me this morning. And you can find Bruce's book on Amazon, probably the best place to take a look at that. And if, I always say I have a hard time paying attention to what I read. So that's why I write. My blog posts are less than 1,000 words, probably more like 500 to 700, because I write how I read. So if you are that person, you have no excuse, because Bruce's is even easier to read, because really all you have to read is 1 word, and a few phrases a day if that's how you want to do it. So there's no reason why you can't check that book out. And also, speaking of that, books, my new book will be coming out November 21st. So make sure that you order it on that day. And there will also be a 99-cent Kindle sale on Amazon. So, you know, you could also, I just found out, send those to your friends. So you can buy, you know, since it's normally $10, you could buy 10 Kindle books and send them out, do it that way. But it's a good chance to share that with other people. So I'm having an open house at my office. So check out my Facebook page to see information about that. And thanks again, Bruce, for checking in with me and sharing with my friends here and well, I guess here in Illinois and around the country, hopefully. So,
oh, my pleasure. Thanks. And I love what you're doing. Good luck with the launch. And yeah, check out Heather's work. It's very inspiring and very thought provoking.
thanks, Bruce. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.